I'm Hannah and welcome to my channel. This is kind of a week in my life training for a marathon where every run was super hard and not enjoyable, and things didn't pick up to the end of the week when I'm feeling better. And putting all my stuff up on my walls. Stick around for that because it's at the end. I just wanted to film an intro because some weeks are just hard, and this is a video of me complaining about all of my runs pretty much. However, my spirits are high and I am excited for the marathon. I just kind of had a rough week, and at the end I finally got all my stuff hung up and a spot right here for my marathon. Today I'm running 10 miles. Hopefully. My legs are still a little sore from my 6-hour endurance race I did last weekend. But the goal is 10. I just saw all these deer. There's 5 I see, maybe more. This loop I'm on is 5 miles, so the goal is 2 loops, and hopefully my legs are holding up. I really need to get some miles in. But it is beautiful out this morning. Oh, the deer are moving. My goal is average 15-minute miles. We'll see. That doesn't really matter to me as much today as just getting the miles in. So if I need to walk, if my knees are bugging me, I'll walk more than I plan to. But that would give me 2.5 hours on my feet today-ish, so whatever. Just gonna enjoy the morning. So I can definitely tell my legs are still very heavy and tired from last week's effort. So I turned on a timer that'll go off in my headphones of running for 2.5 minutes, walking for 30 seconds, because otherwise I'm gonna want to walk most of this and I'm just gonna be out here forever or cut it short. So I'm gonna try to do an interval and jog and walk, and we'll see how I feel after the first lap if I'm gonna go for the second one. But not much pain, just heavy, tired. Whew. My legs are not loosening up, but it's so pretty. I might walk one loop and just walk the next one. We'll see. My goal now is just to show up to the marathon not injured. I'm really confident that I can finish the race now because my 20-miler down in the canyon went so well. Even with the technical terrain and the elevation gains. So adding on another 6 miles, but it not being trails, plus the atmosphere of the race itself. And so the goal is to maintain fitness and not make any of my injuries worse. Well, my mom's about to be up here, so whenever we meet up on the trail, I'm just gonna walk with her. It might be 5 miles running, and then however many miles we decide to walk. There's a baby. Oh, there's two babies. Oh. Well, my morning went a little differently than I planned, but I did run the first lap. I was in between like a 15, 16-minute mile, so I was going slow, but my legs never did loosen up. And then I ran into my mom, and we decided to just walk the next lap. And mid-lap, we decided to just do some hiking also, so we went a little off the trail onto the upper trails. And I've actually never been up there. This trail that I run is kind of down in the canyon, but if you go on top and around the ridge, there's a whole nother set of trails that are a little more technical. And I'm glad I went up there because that's going to be a better place to train some of the time for maybe Paladuro or even some of the other trail runs that I have coming up. So, not the long run that I had planned, but I did get a lot of time on my feet. I ended up being out there for about 3 hours and 45 minutes. And maybe that's just what I needed to kind of work some of the soreness out of my legs. I'm not worried about it. I had a really fun morning. I got a lot of great pictures. And now we are just going to rest. It is Easter weekend, and we might be having some family over. So I'm going to shower, maybe pick up a little bit, and just relax. When I got home, my husband was getting ribs ready to go on the smoker, so that's exciting. Good morning. It is Tuesday. Yesterday I didn't film much at all. I think I only filmed a little during my run and some of our school day, but school ended up taking such a long time and we were just having some trouble with it. So that was pretty much our whole day. I ended up not lifting because I just ran out of time, and since I'm not on program right now, we really needed to focus on school and I didn't have to get 2 workouts in. But I really need to. I like lifting most days, so I'm going to try to lift later today. But 2 nights ago, we did not sleep very well at all, and I'm not even sure why. That left us yesterday. I felt exhausted. And then last night, I slept pretty well, but I overslept this morning. I feel like I'm still trying to catch up from the other night. And I had a really bad low blood sugar last night. Yeah, the past few days have just been kind of nuts. And a lot of that has probably been from eating things I shouldn't be over the Easter weekend, and I need to just get back with it. I do better when I just stick to beef primarily, and I need to just do that. So right now I'm getting ready to go out for my run. The kids are just now waking up. I'm going to give everybody a few hours to kind of wake up, and they're working on some projects. So I'm just going to go for my run. They're going to hang out and work on some things outside of school, and maybe here in a little bit everyone will be awake and we can get started. Good morning. Today is Wednesday. I'm about to do a little bit of upper body from Dig Deeper on Body, just in my bathroom using my TV and dumbbells and my bench. And then after that, I'm going to go outside and run. And I have been following a run-up plan, but the whole plan kind of got messed up when I got behind because of an injury, and I had to improvise a little bit on the long run progression. Also, I'm participating in 1,000 miles over 2026 challenge, and in order to not get behind on that, I needed to average more mileage per day than my run-up plan had going for me. So any of the shorter runs, I kind of bump up to 4 miles, and then the long run usually takes care of the rest. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been working okay so far. My problem has been once I got behind and then I continued to do the races, recovery has just taken longer than I anticipated because I wasn't necessarily ready for those races. So this whole block has just been kind of interesting. Also started to get a weird congestion, cold thing yesterday. The weather has been kind of weird recently, so it might just be that. Hopefully it doesn't last long because honestly, I just do not have time to be sick right now. There's too much going on. I'm about to go out for my run now, but I had forgot I was going to try these in my shoes because my intention in this training block was to add in a little more asphalt to maybe get used to running on the road so that when I do go run in Oklahoma City, it doesn't wreck my legs as bad as it normally would because I train on dirt all the time and running on the road is different and it seems harder on my legs. I didn't do that. And now we are just a few weeks out. And so I wanted just to try these in my shoes to see if they're comfortable and maybe it'll absorb a little bit of the asphalt and my legs won't be so mad at me. So we're just going to give it a shot today. Hopefully it's not too different. I know you don't need to change your shoe situation right before a race, but I was hoping this wouldn't be too much of a change and maybe it would just absorb some of the impact. Okay, we're gonna give it a shot. Got this cup on clearance. That was just terrible. It's so funny to me that you can have a really good 20-mile run and then a 3-mile run a little later that feels like just death. Now, hopefully that wasn't all because of the inserts, because if so, we're changing them back. But I want to try to get used to them. We'll see. For now, I'm going to go have a cup of coffee and do a breathing treatment and pretend that run didn't go as terrible as it just did. What is happening?
Hello.
Why is there a chicken on your head?
That one's beans and that one's rice.
So today is Thursday, and I think today will be the last day of this vlog. It was weird running a vlog not from Monday to Sunday because I started this last weekend. But oh well, we're gonna run with it, and maybe I'll like starting the vlog with the long run anyways. I made some changes today. I decided to start 75 hard over again, and I was going to wait till after my marathon just because race days of that distance or that intensity are hard for 75 hard because that only counts as one workout and you still have to do all your other tasks too. So it makes for a kind of mentally taxing day if you have a huge race right in the middle of it. So that's where I've kind of not planned well around 75 hard. And I was just going to wait until after the marathon to restart. However, I just like being on program, and I seem to not be able to do the things that I need to do when I'm not. And so my blood sugar was just a nightmare. I felt terrible. I wasn't getting my stuff done. And so I'm just going to go ahead and start and hope for the best and really make a plan for marathon day to be able to get through it and just hopefully I can follow whatever I decide to do, because I haven't finished around in 2026 and I don't take 75 hard lightly. I think it's important to start it and with the intention of finishing it all the way through. And these 2 attempts I've done this year just kind of, they weren't focused enough. I don't know. I feel in the right mindset about this one. So don't take it lightly if you're going to do 75 hard, but also don't wait around till the perfect time to start it, because there's not one. And stuff will come up and stuff will happen, and then you just go again. So that's where we are. We're just going again. And it's going to be awesome. Also, today, my husband's going to help me hopefully hang up my medals and some posters I got to put around my treadmill. Since I moved the new treadmill right there, I've never went back and hung up my race medals and stuff. And I like having them there because they're motivating to me. I like earning the medals. And we just haven't gone to the trouble of finishing setting up my area. And so I want to do that today just so I can focus and have something to look forward to. If I'm on the treadmill using it, I can look at my things on the wall. So hopefully we get that done today. If not, we'll do it soon. Also, last time that I finished around a 75 hard, I vlogged my way through it. I'm going to do that again, but a little differently. I'm not going to do weekly vlogs because that alone in itself is very taxing. So I'm going to do weekly check-ins and updates. It'll be more stats focused and how my workouts went, what I thought about my book, rather than a week in my life of 75 hard. Hopefully that makes sense. And I'm excited to do weekly check-ins. And I will also be doing daily videos over on TikTok. So if you want to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, I'm everywhere at Endurance with Grace. And I'm really excited for this round. So I've laid out all of my medals, and it's been a while since I've seen all of these. So I'm kind of excited to get them hung back up. So this was a virtual, all of these. Here was my Spartan I did in Colorado Springs. Impromptu 5K on vacation in San Diego. This was a virtual one. I used it as my last day of 75 hard, the last round I completed. This one makes me laugh. And it has all the office people on it. This was another virtual run. Mine and my husband's 5K from Vegas, my half marathon from Vegas. Remix because I did both of the races that weekend. This one was another virtual run I did on Valentine's Day. The Enchanted Forest Trail Races in Red River. I'm so excited. Oh no, it's scratched. But I'm so excited to go back and do it again this summer. I'm already signed up. Palo Duro, I'm going back for this one as well. And this was for the 25K, and I'm going back for the 50K. I really like the Palo Duro medals, whoever they had making these. They're super neat. And then this was my first big race, the Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon. So I ran the half. And in just a few weeks, I'm going back for the full. So I wanted to get all this kind of hung up and in preparation of hanging my first marathon. Also, I used this Scotch mounting putty. It kind of looks like silly putty to hang my posters on the wall, and it was super easy, and it seems sturdy so far. This was from my very first race, an impromptu turkey trot, and that's what started this whole nonsense that I've gotten myself into. Here was the San Diego one I signed up for the day before on vacation, after I ran my virtual half. Here was some of the Palo Duro ones. And then my Spartan, my Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon is these two. And then these are Red River, which is my favorite place on the planet for the Enchanted Forest Trail Run. And then this one out here is a lake near my house where I do a lot of my training. So now I just need to go through my bibs and get them all put up. How fun. Oh, I missed my long hair. I cannot wait for it to grow back. My daughter and I donated it though, so good cause, I guess. But I've missed it ever since this time. Which is strange because I've donated my hair multiple times and it's never really bothered me until this last time. I've just missed it. So here's the reason why I like doing virtual races is because this one, first of all, I think it's just adorable. Such a cool medal. And it's an actual puzzle that you could do if you wanted to. And it comes with these matching real bibs. Unfortunately, this company went out of business. It was called Virtual Strides, and I used them a lot for most of these. I had purchased a bunch of them, and I just split them up through my training, and it was really fun to look forward to even doing a race just on my own. Wow. And this one in particular, I remember it was a horribly hot day, and I needed to run my scheduled training run, which happened to be a half marathon. And had I not been doing this race, I would have given up before I finished because it was so hot and terrible. But I had planned to do this run that day, and I was going to finish it no matter what. So if nothing else, it motivates you to get the miles in, and it's super fun to hang on your wall. And then this one, which is the really cool Spartan helmet one, I just ran a 5K as my last workout for one of my 75 hard rounds that I completed. And so it was a trophy for finishing 75 hard and doing this as the last outdoor workout. And I actually have one planned for my very next race, and I'm planning on vlogging it, so be sure to look out for that. And it's another half marathon. And I thought this one was beautiful. Hang on. It actually turns. And then around here, there's like little running if it'll focus. The colors on this is just fantastic. And it says, run when you can, walk if you have to, crawl if you must, just never give up. Plus the matching bib. I bought a new shirt to match. Because why not make normal training runs a celebration of some kind? I was going to do that run today, but we had some bad weather and where I was going to run was going to be super muddy. So we're going to back it up a little bit and it's going to be my last big run before my marathon. Well, I'm going to finish up here and get all my things hung up, and I am just going to go sit on the couch for the rest of the day and relax because I am exhausted. Hopefully this next week is much better, and I'm excited for my next virtual race and then my marathon. I forgot, since Virtual Strides went out of business, I looked for another company that sold virtual races, and I found one. It's called Flex It to Pink, and I ran a Christmas 5K for them last year, and it was a blast, and it turned into a Christmas ornament. It's actually this one right here, and I have a code for them. If you use code Hannah Diaz, you get 10% off your order, and they have a ton of virtual race options, and they also have a monthly subscription where you get a workout t-shirt and some form of workout equipment sent to you monthly, so be sure to check them out. Super cool. I've ended up getting a lot of stuff from them that I've paid for, and I'm actually using one of their virtual runs as a trail marathon later this year with one of my friends. They're pretty much all 5K, 10Ks, but the medals and the bibs didn't say that, so you could use it for whatever you wanted. There we go. That's so cute. Here, I moved my half marathon from Oklahoma City last year, almost to the date, as motivation because that is my next official race. And I'm going back for the full. I said I was going to go back as soon as I finish this race. And here we are a year later, and we are, and I'm so excited.